We're going to talk now about another one of my favorite topics, psychology. And in particular, we're going to talk about, he says, pulling up the title so I get this right, how we can bet on psychology, how to leverage player behavior in ads. And we got Ekaterina from AdChampagne, who's going to come up and tell you all about that. Thank you very much. Ekaterina, off to you.
Hello, everyone. Hi everyone. Hope everyone is doing okay. Thanks for coming today. Thanks PGC also for hosting me today. And I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. So please cheer a little bit. Just. So the topic for the discussion today is going to be bet on psychology, how to leverage player behavior in ads. Basically, we're going to talk today about different psychotypes in a player. And also, I will share with you the guides how to create specific approaches to engage these different psychotypes in your ad creative strategy. Let's do the short intro. So that's me before I got my haircut. And my name is Kate. I've been in the market, in mobile marketing market for some time, actually. And 3 of those years I spent as a CBDO in AdChampagne. And what we were doing, we were promoting each and every industry possible in the mobile market, starting from e-commerce, deliveries, habits tracking, everything except of the gaming. And so what I'm doing here today is I always wanted to connect our business with the gaming. And precisely 1 year ago, finally, I convinced the founders to change it this way. And 1 year ago, precisely, we were being here in Helsinki as a new business. We discovered our opportunities with the gaming. There were a couple people of ours. And for only 1 year, I'm proud to be here, actually. That's a cheesy moment. But we onboarded the portfolio of great titles such as Uplovin, Zimat, Zynga, big, huge games, and many, many big companies for who we cover user acquisition, creative production, and also the traffic itself as a service providers. And, you know, sharing is caring. So I know that there are so many people here presented that are just at the very beginning of the game development journey. So I would like to give you the guide exactly how to make your testing and work with your audience more deep. So why it's matter in general to appeal and to engage with your audience. So well, targeting on your audience is not about the gender, age, or geographics. It's also about their motivation and emotions, and that's what we are going to talk today. So the basic classification was created by Richard Bartle, and it's killers, achievers, explorers, socializers. And let's talk a little bit more in details about each and every of them. So the killers is the toughest and the rarest group. And it's a pretty cool one. Actually, if you learn how to engage the killers, you could really affect the paycheck you have. So the killers, it's the type of the audience. The entire meaning of their existence is to come to the game and start killing, dominating, and humiliating anyone. That's the kind of the player who will buy that sword of divine fury for $99, you know, because his neighbor beat his ass in a previous battle, and he needs it now. He needs to compete. He needs to win. And yeah, that's why if you accumulate this audience, you would really affect the results and the checks. Achievers, the widest category which exists in the market. They're a little bit Scrooge McDucks, I would say, so they rather dig a mine for 1 month rather than spend $3 for something. They have this, and they catch this pleasant feeling, you know, and they get this satisfaction of collecting all of the achievements, rewards. If they have 7 carrots and they have the farm, well, that's heaven. Socializers, another type, which we have here. Socializers, they pay less attention to the plot, they pay less attention to the strategy in the game. They are more about engagement with other users. They're more about creating clans, making forums. Actually, my team working with this group specifically is to please them because they can affect to organic growth because they invite their friends. They're quite social. They create forums. They chat about their games. So, but they can be annoying, you know, for example, like I play myself Fortnite and, you know, you want to win and there are people who just want to make jokes. So that's kind of the people there are. Explorers, the second widest category which exists here. By the statistics, people from the game dev, there are explorers. So that's why they make the games for themselves. That's kind of the people who will go through all of the levels, sub-levels. They will pass the alpha, beta, delta version of your game, but they bring the coolest feedback. That's kind of the people who bring the feedback if something doesn't work, if there is a glitch or anything. So now we know the types. And I would like to share with you, and I think it would be useful, specific approaches for each and every psychotype. So these are examples which we were using that are already created creatives with our partners. So for the killers, you have to appeal to their brutal wish and desire to dominate. So usually we use epic showdowns, mistakes inside, and path clearing. And I would like to ask to show one of the examples. Yeah, thank you very much. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi is not super fast, but thank you very much still for the ability to show me. On the second example, it's the mistakes inside and the path clearing. The third example, so the guy is battling with the other character and jumps each time on another level. So that are the approaches and the mechanics which you can use working with the killers. For the achiever, please their wish to satisfy themselves with the collecting stuff. Show how they can collect the artifacts. How can they skill and boost their items. Show their achievements and resource accumulation, of course. I'm not personally the achiever, but even myself, I can catch like this pleasing feeling. Could you please show the first? Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. As for socializers, as I told you, that they're more about engaging with other people, so works quite well for them to show just live user reviews, also to show the gameplay, how can you work in tier. For example, if there is an option to have a race with another person, show that. If you could show in chat, in-game communication and chat, that's also nice. So there is a quite funny example for the review approach here.
John has messaged me that I am a good player in a random match.
Then we found each other on social media. We started chatting and And I asked Emma out, and here we are, happily married.
And spades is still a part of our relationship because we still play together and it's such fun when I win.
That's a good one. Thank you very much. And the last one, but obviously not least, the explorers. So here, it's more about showing different areas of the history. Just highlight how rich is your plot. Show the locations, the intriguing parts of your map, and something like that. For example, on the second picture, that's the game which we are developing ourselves. So we're not only doing the user acquisition, but we're also doing the game development itself. So, but I would like to show you, as an example for Explorer strategy, this sample. Just, yeah, thank you. And so let's sum up. Now we know the types. Now we know the basic approaches how to work with the psychotypes. And, well, I would like also to share the ready-to-use guide, how to not to miss any important points of your testing. I would like your testing of your hypothesis would be successful. And this is how we do work with our customers, because working with the big budgets, with the tight deadlines, of course, it's stressful. And it's very, you have to be very responsible. So that's the way it helps us to achieve necessary results working with our big partners. So first of all, it's a homework part, pre-production. So it's about game analysis, it's about target audience analysis, it's about top performers, it's about competitors analysis. It helps you to create the trends map. After that, you can generate hypotheses. And here I would like to mention also the handy tip, especially if you're not super familiar with creating your own ad strategy. Please, so you, for example, you find nice, top-performing creative from your competitor. Do not copy it one by one. Just do not do it. So you're probably seeking the same audience, and you have to play with it. You can take it as an inspiration. But if you copy the same mechanics step by step, you probably won't succeed. The scaled creative would be probably better. So change it a little bit, change the style, add some more ideas into that, and it might actually help you to beat the auction. So never do it really, never copy it step by step. It's very important. Step 2, the production. That's the part where you do the visualization, when you create the graphics, you evolving, you evaluating the idea, you add some highlights. Don't forget to match your application with the style, with the visuals in advertising. Check for the glitches and run the small tests with a small group. It will help you to finalize your package for the ideas. After the small test, do the list of improvements, and then do the real tests. Collect the results, and then it will help you to understand if this idea is working for you or not. By our practice, I can tell that it's a good idea to have around 10 hypotheses for your testing. So 3, 4 out of 10 probably would be working. You could say that it's a good idea to scale them, add more variations on top of the existing and successful hypotheses. And unfortunately, about 6 of them would be not working for you. And that's OK. Don't be sad about that. Don't expect that the very first one would be successful for you. That's fine. So 3, 4 out of 10, it's a good. It's a good number of working ideas. It's already confirmed, like by practice. I would like also to give small, useful tips to make it better as well. Don't make it confusing. Don't try to cover everything. Use one approach to be connected with one game feature or one player motivation. So first of all, it will help you actually to understand your audience better. You will understand what specifically worked for you. Then you can scale this approach or do not scale. And you won't confuse the audience as well. Then grab your players' attention quickly. So we live in TikTok era, so that means that you have to catch the attention in the first seconds. Know your audience better. So here I would like to share that quite useful. In each genre, we have the specific major type. So for the killers, it's battle royale, action, sport. For achievers, it's RPG, arcade, racing. For socializers, it's real-time strategy and simulation. And for explorers, it's adventure, puzzle with meta, and open-world RPG. All this information helps you to understand and appeal to the emotions. And on top, so for example, you already learned how to use the psychotypes. You can layer already other characteristics such as gender, age, geography, and so on. For example, different feeling you could show in such a different way for different audience. For example, for the female, it's a little bit calm but stressful situation. The girl is sinking. For the male, it's a little bit more brutal approach of the pool of acid. He's going through it. There is two things you can read on top about this topic. So first of all, as I said, Richard Bartle, players type theory. And you can check Game Refinery service. They actually here in the conference, so you can switch a couple of words with them. Quite cool guys. Please, don't forget about the statistics. So some of the indie developers, they think that they will think about it later. No. Think about your stats from the very first day you start developing your games. Think about your stats when you run your advertising. So on the top, there are basic metrics, and then depending on the type of your game and genre, please use some other. So cost of performance index, retention rate, it's important, LTV, ROS, of course, and player acquisition costs. We are running out of the time, so I'm going to be super quick. Please start your testing with the Facebook. It's a good source to try to make a first test and add some new sources on top of that. Google, TikTok, Snapchat. Unfortunately, I don't know what it's doing here. Not that great, but also possible. DSPs, SSPs, such as Unity, Maloko, Liftoff, for example. And on the last seconds, that's the cases where we were scaling already existing partnership with other, such as Goat Games, and with the focus on the appeal to the psychotypes, actually, it let us scale. For example, this is the case when we appealed to explorers and achievers. So could you please show the last case? This is the case for achievers, how to boost, how to do the progression, to go faster.
What? Hey.
New legends will be born. Download free now.
Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, I think that since we are running out of the time, that's pretty much it.
Not there because I've got to move on to the next panel.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for that. That's been great. I mean, I just, like I say, sorry to interrupt. It's just one of those things where we've got to try and keep things on time.
Yeah, sure.
But thank you very much.
Yeah. So please, you're more than welcome to come to our stand, socialize about Kiel. I'm not sure, but you can achieve something, you can socialize, you can explore something. And yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much. Great.